Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio, and I have a few experiments in mind, starting with this 12 by 24 inch canvas that has already been pre-primed with a layer of Artist Loft White. I'm going to use some Floetrol GAC 800 added, if it'll open. Am I opening the wrong side? No. Just won't open it. Opened a minute ago. Thank you. Maybe I was wrong. I think I unscrewed the top. So this is Amsterdam White as a background pillow for my sky colors that I think I'm going to allow myself the pleasure of using my spatula, not just to spread into place, which is definitely the first step, but also to potentially swipe. Because the sky is not the important part of this. It's going to be the water or the waves. Now, I don't really have a huge layer of paint on there, but that is part of the thing. I don't need a huge layer of paint, I don't believe. I'm going to scrape that off and wipe that off because I'm going to use Amsterdam White with Australian Floetrol next. But in the meantime, let me turn this way. That is Plum Blossom. That is a primary element. I may have to do this twice. This is Moody Lilac that I used my knitting needle to stir up the mica from the bottom. And I don't know how this is going to work, so you'll find out when I do. Let me wipe that spatula off one more time on my paint rag pants. I'm hoping you can see that. There is a somewhat copious amount of paint there. I think I need more Plum Blossom, to tell you the truth. And I might want more Moody Lilac too. Now, I don't know if this spatula is going to work the same way as a metal spatula, which works pretty darn well. Get a couple of bottles out of my way so I have a little bit of a trajectory. Hopefully you can see this. I'll move it up so you can if you can't. Looks like I'm going to be pulling things out. And probably tipping a little bit. Now I have tweezers. I'm not 100% sure about how I feel about this yet. I maybe should have gone from both ends. Let me leave that alone. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go from the other end as well. And I just need enough paint to slide across there. I'm wondering if I should use a different tool. That was a lot. Let's go down this way. Merge those to the edge of the canvas. And back again. I'm going to be going there, so it's going to be the top third of my blade. And I'm going to spread it out a little this time. It doesn't matter if I go down below at all, because something else entirely is going in there. I'm not sure why I kept the black out. I definitely don't need that right now. But that's not a bad sky, with the exception of the stuff that's in the paint that I wish wasn't. But that's where these tweezers that are on my Amazon link come in. And I recommend everybody has some of these, because there's no doubt that you will need them. Let's take some of this, put it down there. Because no matter how low I go, there are times when it seems as though I need some filler at the horizon. And a little extra paint never hurt anything. And it's somewhat subtle anyway. It is moving though, that's good. I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm probably going to have to do 2 parts to this. I have my timer set for 16 minutes, which is usually giving me a nice 4-minute warning before my camera shuts off because of the automatic shut off. Oops, sorry about my head. Just merrily going along. I think I want all that to move down to the edge of the canvas. So I'm resigned to having to take more time than I want to do this, but more time is not necessarily a bad thing. I kind of want some more pink in here, but I like the plum blossom. I wish it would move a little faster. Let's just steal some paint off the... There we go. So we're better off now. Alright, so my next stage is going to be crazy. And that is to go ahead and grab the Amsterdam White, which is maybe not as thick as the black. It's not something I'm used to doing, sacrificing my Amsterdam paints, which are saved basically for cell activator. Whatever that is, it needs to come out. It may be just unmixed paint. So I'm inclined to cover the whole thing, but I don't want it to glop up on me. But maybe that's exactly what I should do, now that I've seen how far that'll go. But I'm going to have to come up with a plan. I put way too many color choices out, so I'm kind of hoping that I'm inspired, excuse me, painting as I go along. Just dip my wrist in. Now I do have my metal spatulas, and I do think I kind of think I prefer them, at least now, still, while I'm just getting used to doing the large celly laces. I think I'm going to leave that right up there. Now I kind of wanted, this is supposed to be a wave, we'll see what happens. But I kind of wanted to do the lacy seafoam froth on the front of a wave first, but I can't really figure out a way to do that, so it might be, you know, 3 different sections in this video. It looks like a fair amount of paint. I do need a substantial layer. I don't want to have to pour it away. But by the same token, I wouldn't mind a background. I see that thing that does not belong. Which one of these things is not like the others? That lump of paint in my canvas. Alright, I'm going to have to remove that. I'm going to throw that spatula in the bucket for right now, because I have more. If I didn't have more, I wouldn't. I gotta move kind of quick. So I'm thinking I've got this Sassy Sprite to use up. It's not opening, but I have what are they called? Robo Grip, Craftsman. I recommend having some in your studio if you're adding varnish and using polypore, etc. Is anything going to come out? It does not seem like it. Okay, that was optimistic on my part, evidently. So let's just do something similar with Fandango. start. And a little bit of Vivid Intense. That was a Prizm pour. This is Fluorescent Vivid Intense green. And I've got all my colors. There's so many. This is Plugged. This is my Royal Sapphire, which I want. Fortunately, my tweezers do an excellent job in a fairly short amount of time of opening a top in an emergency situation. I'm trying to get as close to the corner as I can. This is Sea Monster. This is a primary element. I kind of want some purple in there, I'm thinking. Maybe a little bit of Midnight Shadow. This is my first experiment. Come on. Pull the tip out. I like the peacock cells, and I know covering one color with another will do that for me. I have some dark waters, which seems to be plugged. Nope, came right open. Excellent. I want some blue in there, and I've got Whispering Wind. Actually, I've got Frostbite. But before, no, I'm going to use some Frostbite. Still might use a little purple. This is Sea Glass. This is an awesome color. I love this color. Being somebody who doesn't use a lot of green, but still, I love this color. So what color purple shall I use? I think my go-to is some Wild Orchid. Just a skinny little layer. I'm really inclined to go ahead and give myself permission. That's not big enough. That's sort of almost big enough. Let's just go for broke and you do the big one. I want that side of the blade. Yeah. Dyslexia rules. Let it tip back. That seems to have worked okay, except for the beginning, which I hope I can just tip off. Where's it? I must have a dish. I got to remember where the white stays put, because that's really the way I want to attain my my sea foam. But I think I can slide most of this right now and cover. Can I? Come on, you can do it. And I'll just use my finger. I like having extra paint to work with. So that is okay. Not sure about this 100%. So I need to do that again. And those colors worked out pretty well, I'd have to say. And having a little color in the dish won't hurt my feelings at all, because that'll give me something to cover my bottom edge with. I still want a wave, but I need to cover more, more area. Okay, so I'm probably going to lose a good part of this. This is a fluorescent blue, Vivid Intense. I think I used the fluorescent green, didn't I? I wonder where that went. I wouldn't mind it having be slightly different color combination on both sides. That'd kind of be cool. This is frozen. I don't think I used any of that. There is the Seaglass again. I kind of wonder if I need to come up from the bottom because my wave is going to go around like that. I hope it works. I really want it to. Oh, I found the fluorescent green. And I found the Fandango. And I like how the wild orchid looks in there, just fine. I think I'm going to do it again. I'm going to give myself 3 more minutes before I set my timer again, because this is probably going to be a 40-minute video at the rate I'm going. I like this color, this Alexandrite, which is a primary element from the Fairy Tales collection. It kind of reminds me of the Peacock, which I didn't use again, but I will now. Oh no. Well, at least if you have to stick your hand in the painting, you do it on the edge. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so here's the Peacock. And then I'll finish up again. With some wild orchid. And put my residual paint down there. I'm not used to using white, but it's kind of fun doing it. Alright, I'm going to let that tip that way first. And I hope I have enough paint. Seems kind of iffy. Although it's way better than I anticipated. And if I have to have the white anywhere, it's not a bad idea to have it where it is. So far so good. Well, that's my optimistic self speaking. Alright, I'm going to need a much shorter spatula if I'm going to do what I think I'm going to do, or I'm going to use an acetate tool. We'll see. I'm going to clean this off right now so I don't have to do it in a minute. I've got drips along my edge and a bubble. Come on, pick up. I kind of want to tip all of that down. And I do have a stretcher bar on a 12 by 24, so I can send it all down. Alright, that's my cue. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm hoping that I have enough paint so I can tip this down again maybe before I'm done. And now's the time that I have to do this, and I think I'm going to do it with the shortest. Either the shortest or the smallest. Maybe the smallest. I didn't get that many cells over here, but I guess that's okay. And am I okay with the amount of white paint I have there? It looks like it's a little thinner than I want it. So I'll just put a little dribble and blow it into place. And try not to knock everything over. And stop sticking my fingers in the painting. That's... That's a fish bubble. Although I really did want to do something else with that anyway. I don't think there's any saving that right now. Wipe that off. Pick my colors. Now what colors do I want in the wave? I want it to be very light. So that is the sea glass. Now I have Mitsique, which I haven't used yet, but it's bound to fall into the same families as the rest of these. And it's a primary element also. And it's lighter than some of the other things, which is what I'm desirous of, is lighter. Which means back to the fluorescent green again. Vivid Intense. And then some more Fandango. Gosh, I hope I can do this. I'm not confident at all about this. I really should grow some nerve or something. What haven't I used? I haven't used any of the agave blue. And you could use the frozen, which I already used. Oh, that's pretty. Looks similar to something else though. Okay, what was I thinking? I was thinking frozen. Which is also kind of dark, so let's hit it one last time with the fluorescent blue. And if I put any purple in there at all, it's got to be a small amount. I thought about putting sunset colors in there. Fall short. Let's see if I can get a few things out of my way so it won't be such a challenge to get some elbow room to rotate the turntable. Okay, I'm not sure I have enough room yet, but I see some bubbles. I'm kind of not minding the sky. I'm going to have to pull that paint. Wow, it's going to be interesting anyway. Wish me luck. Kind of feel like I probably could have used a much larger tool. Well, that looks kind of neat, except for that one spot that I so want to camouflage. I'm just going to use the paint on my spatula. I hope that it's thick enough that it'll fill right back in. Now, what I've been thinking is about just using not just the paint dripping down the sides to cover the edge, which I want to stop and do while it, excuse me, while it's still viable. Alright, so it's time to pull out one of my little toothy tools and see what I can... I've got 3 of these I just made again. We're thinking about going into production of these sets, so let me know what you think. I will still include the tutorial video for making your own. It's really important that you have clear, waterproof, or transparent reinforced tape. I want to do more. I'm not so sure about what I'm doing right now, like wipe it off and try and bring my colors back. Maybe I'll find a straw. I do have more of these tools and I am kind of interested in helping the beautiful colors that I know are lurking there re-emerge. And these are great tools for picking up paint off of your surface that you're working on and helping it right back into position on the edge of a canvas. Even if you have to do it in a sort of a clumsy way off your finger like I just did. Alright, so that's kind of cool, and I'm thinking, what I was thinking anyway, is to grab a skewer with not too sharp of an end on it and throwing a few, come on, pick up, throwing a few spirals in there. Maybe not too many, because I kind of like it the way it is. And I suppose if I wanted to, I could put even more down, but I would need something underneath it to blow it out. I've got some dolphin stone just hanging around. I've been trying to figure out seafoam for a long time. And I'd like it to look just right. It helps if you don't dip the bottle in. I don't know if that's helping or not. I do see bubbles. I don't know how white that will stay, and it probably isn't white in real life anyway. This isn't how I planned my first wave, to tell you the truth. I wanted to do a shovel pour, and I'm still going to do that. I am going to have to torch, because I definitely see bubbles. But overall, I'm not unhappy with the way this worked out, with the possible exception of this part over here not being the right height. But I think that layer of white will help me pull it off, and we'll just call that an illusion. Alright, it's time for me to torch. I'm wondering about some of this stuff up here. Becoming more cloud-like. because I actually could put more plum blossom in there and blow it around. But I don't actually mind the idea of some texture in the sky either, which is good because it's a little gloppy. It's probably a risk. I'm going to call them clouds. Artistic license it's called. Not sure what that is. It seems like a lump. Alright, I can't hold onto the torch and do this at the same time, but I can repeat the same action on the other side so that the sky is going to look cohesive, if not a little strange. Looks like I got rid of a few bubbles too. I kind of want to put some more plum blossom down right on my little plum blossom, little cell activator. Can I? Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know if the cell activator did anything except for diffuse the plum blossom. That's okay. Tiniest amount of pressure from your finger. Alright, so it's a dramatic sky, even though it's pink and gray. It's probably got some shimmer to it as well, and I still need to torch. Tell you guys I love you. Put up with my... That's an indiscretion right there. That really bumps me out. And I'm not faking it. That's... I don't know if that's... I'm going to call that better or not. I'm going to stop myself from messing it up any further because it's pretty cool as it is. It's not the end of the world. Okay, time to torch. Although, as I say that, it's really hard not to want to fix whatever I see that's potentially a spiral in a wave. I really kind of want to lead this down. A little more. It's heavy enough so it's not dried to the point where I can't control it. And having extra paint for my edge that's missing a spot, has a gap. That's what I should have said. There, I like it wider at the base. The last funky wave I sold to a wonderful lady in Great Britain. She wanted it very badly. I hope she's enjoying it because it was a really cool thing. Now the next time I do this, I'm going to do it with a lot more sunset colors caught in the water. But in the meantime, this is what it is. I should tell you guys, please give me a thumbs up if you like what I do. I appreciate your comments. They keep my morale boosted. If you're interested in more of what I do, there's a water-themed fantasy-scapes on the playlists. There's over 31 playlists of 100 videos, and there are also playlists of topic and by topic and genre, which I can share with you this is confusing me over here. I'm thinking I need to do something with that. And I have a brand new clean skewer, which might be this perfect solution. Or I should just leave it alone, which is probably more accurate. I mean, after all, the ocean isn't actually level, it's moving all the time. One more try. I love you guys. I hope to see you again. I just started posting at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in September 2023. So until I change it again, that's where we're going to be at. Wish me luck. I'm going to shimmer this at you if there's any shimmer to be had, which I'm not 100% sure about. I don't want the app that just came up is not what I wanted. I take a picture after I'm done. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. And of course I had to stick my finger in it one more time. I got some nice cells. So it's lower on this side because it's pulling the water up into the wave. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now I've got paint on my camera lens housing. Okay, never mind. It doesn't look very impressive from up here, but it's kind of cool in person. I guess brighter colors next time are warranted. My paint pouring recipe will be below show more, and if you can't find it, ask me for it because I've got them ready to copy and paste and share with you. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com. Look for the 20% off Color Art coupon code for Primary Elements, Prizm Pours, Vivid Intense, and more. And look for the 10% off Pixel Paint Designs coupon code for their Australian Floetrol, Pebeo paints, and Boom Gel, and all kinds of other stuff there anyway. So I like this up close, and hopefully at some point in time that's not making me happy in there. I gotta learn to not stick my fingers in things. Anyway, it is what it is. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you anon. Don't forget about my Amazon link on the link tree. My 2 books are on there. Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities are the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube. And everything that you see is capable of being added to Fine Art America, Pixels.com, Le Gallerist, Society 6, or Spring Clothing below the video. And all those links are on my link tree. And if you can't find it, just ask. I'll be happy to share it with you. Bye for now. I love you. You inspire me always. I'll see you anon. Priscilla out. Okay, so I'm nervous because I'm back and I really don't know what I'm doing. But this is dry now. I want to extend my wave out so there's a swell behind it, which might cover up some cool cells, but just the same. I made a cutout thinking that I would shield myself, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. So what I am going to do is try my best. I'm just going to try my best. First of all, I'm going to add a line over from the horizon line and try and keep my ocean level, and figuring that that's going to be wet where I want to work. That ought to be okay. And I actually have a little palette knife that I thought might be perfect. And the canvas being dry means I can clean it up too. Except, well, it's helpful if I don't dip stuff into the sky, honestly. I am nervous. I think I could have put cell activator on there, but I'm not really worried about it right now. That's better already. So, I'm going to try and put little puddles of paint. That was my cat jumping down outside the window. Scared me for a sec. So like I said, this is Sparkling Aqua. I found a color that I want to use instead of the purple I used last time, and that's a Vivid Intense Periwinkle. I don't mind if this is stripey and not celly. I would like it to be fairly light colored, so I've got Seaglass again. Excuse me. No idea where that came from. That is the trajectory I would like this to follow. And I haven't put any base layer in, which would help lead things along. I have other colors. I have a Fairy Tales primary element that's London Blue. It's just basically a lighter turquoise. Well, it doesn't look that light to me right now, and I want to use a little bit of the Royal Sapphire. Excuse my sniffing. And I still want some Fandango. I thought about using another color like, I don't know, bitter lime. I think I will use some of the Fandango to help lead the other colors along. I might even indulge in a little bit of this Whispering Wind, which I believe I used yesterday. And I have one more color I don't think I used yesterday, but I like this color for a pale green, which is Green Tea. It doesn't look that light right now, but hopefully everything will mix up. And I'm more looking for stripes than I am for anything. And I wasn't going to use my spatula, but suddenly I'm inclined. Just no idea how to do this at all. I think turning it upside down might not be a bad idea. I definitely have enough paint. Now I want to come back in with the spatula, the other spatula maybe. Scrape off my excess, wipe that off so I don't have to worry about it again. This is weird, I know. But I've been thinking about this and not coming up with an easy solution for like the last, since I saw it this morning, actually since yesterday. I did a little digital doodle. And I suppose if I have any paint left, I kind of want to scrape that off. So maybe I should do that. Scrape it off and make it clean. I want it totally clean so when I go down through there, oh, I got a lot more paint out of that. It's pretty paint. Probably be able to use that along the bottom if I want. So that's a lot more like what I had in mind. It looks like I got a little piece of canvas right there. Loving the colors. So that took a spatula and a spatula. I don't want to get too fussy. And I won't keep you as far as doing that bottom goes, although it's kind of early to worry about glop, but I don't like glop. Glop is from letting the paint sit. And that matches pretty well. And I can match this over here too. Actually, I can use all of that right now, I think. And I really could too. I could swipe it if I wanted to. Just want to fill in that one little missing gap. I don't think I mind that. Do I want cell activator? Not really. I do want to put some of this on the blade of my spatula. Bring it across to this side. Just to lead the eye. Well, not there. Alright, so that's, in my opinion, better than it was. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but I can hope. Boy, that's set up really fast. So I think I told you everything I needed to a minute ago at the end of the other video, which is not turned out to be the end at all, but this is the end, unless I decide to put something in my sky. I thought about putting some more plum blossom up there in the sky, and maybe I should since I'm still here, but I need a new spatula, which isn't really a problem. I kind of like the idea of the plum blossom with some of this periwinkle too. So maybe if I can, there's the plum blossom. Cool. So let's do a triple threat. Let's do Frostbite. Whoa, it wasn't coming out, and then it was. And the nicest thing about the dry canvas is, as I've repeated many times, is you can wipe stuff up again. I'm just going to leave it. I was going to pick it up, but it is what it is. Let's think of it as potentially meant to be. I never did use my Royal Sapphire. Oh well. This is the periwinkle that I forgot to put in, or maybe I didn't. I'll have to look at the video to remember. Maybe we'll just have a huge, beautiful cloud. I just saw a picture on Instagram, I think it was. Maybe it was Facebook, I don't know. Where they had a long, it looked like a snake, this cloud. I think that needs to go all the way up into that. I have ties on the front of my paint pants, and they keep catching on the arm of the turntable, so if you wonder why there's a little hiccup there, that's why. I love those three colors together. If it's going to be a fantasy and dramatic, might as well go for broke. How am I liking that? I think I want a little more. Take some of that, put it right over the edge. Yep, I love, love, love that combination. Put some clouds down lower by the horizon. Much better. Take a chance and put something down here too. That Frostbite is a lovely pale color. I think I'm not done. I liked the sky texture, honestly I did. And I don't mind if it stays, you know, it'll probably show up anyway. Alright. Not sure that's perfect, but it's not bad. I really thought I was going to use my little acetate tool. Come right down there like that, but did I save myself any paint? There it is. got it on the wrong side. I don't know how that even happened. Well, I guess if the paint is wet enough, I can get away with my fingers. I want a little bit of that same color up above. Which I might regret, but I don't think so. So I took away some of the highlights, but that color is perfect to look like sunlight caught in water. Although I better stop. Yeah, I don't mind dragging a few lines in, honestly, because that just makes it look more like water to me. So that's good for now, I think. Although I just changed my mind. Yeah, I like that better with a little bit of cloud. Right along the horizon line. I like this combination so much. I can't even believe I like it that as much as I do. Okay, I'm not sure if I can shimmer this at you or not. And I do see that gap right in the middle. It just makes me want to add some more paint back in because it has gone totally to the glop. Alright, where did I put the upholstery tack back in. For some reason today, paint is setting up super duper fast. This will probably be dry by the afternoon. Alright, I love you guys. I hope you come again. Same old, same old. I'm much happier with my wave now. I do see I've got a little tiny gap. I'm going to fill in right there. I basically need the swell behind the wave to fill in. Let's see if I can shimmer it at you. I'm much happier with all of that. If I've got some more of this color, I'll make sure it's over on the edges. Pretty greens. Alright, I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Thanks for watching as much of the video as possible. I love you. I hope you come again. I have just recently started posting at 3:15 p.m. which means this is probably when this played. And I'll see you anon. Shimmery. See you. Bye for now. Priscilla out.